before work starts today, so I would try to do a live on the way to work. It's rare that I leave this early for work, but it's it's getting harder and harder to sleep at night with all the really strange nightmares. Like, I wanted to talk about this nightmare because it's truly still bothering me. So in the dream, I'm surrounded by like a legion of poor people, all homeless people around me, and I'm laying on this brown leather couch. And I can tell time is passing, like days, hours, maybe even years are passing. And someone walks up and they complain about the fact that I'm starting to smell. Like, it really bothers them that I smell. My personal hygiene is taking a dump. And it's a recurring theme in dreams of mine where you're in a setting where there are showers, but they're in a different part of the building. Like, there's one recurring dream where I'm in a hospital, a blown out hospital. I think I'm kind of alone, and I know the showers are somewhere on the 4th floor, but every time I go looking for them, I can't find them. So inevitably, I start getting smellier and smellier. And so suddenly there's a bug on the side of my head, and I'm screaming bloody murder because I can't get this bug off of my head. And when I finally get the bug off of the top of my head, it's not just a bug. It's like a bug the size of my hand, but on the other side of the bug, there's a plastic Barbie doll. And I'm like, what? Why is there a plastic Barbie doll attached to a bug that's attached to the side of my head? And I thought it was really strange. And then inevitably after that, I walked into like what felt like an adjacent area. It wasn't so much a room. It was like an area. And there was other people there. And I passed this girl. She's, chubby, probably 18 years old, really young. And she was fully clothed when I walked by. And I asked her if she knew where the showers were. And she said she just kind of like hunched her shoulders. She didn't really talk. And so I was standing there, and so I walked around one side and she went around the other side. And then we came to a door where we both met. And when we got to that door, like, she popped it open a little bit, poked her head out, she smiled at me. And then she came out that door, and then she sat or laid down on a table in that general area. And I looked at her, and then I looked away, and then I looked back at her. She's butt naked, right? Tiny little mosquito bites, and she was just trying to cover them up, but at the same time she was butt naked. And so I tried to walk past her, and I remember there was like another enclosure area way behind where I was laying on that leather couch. And I started walking that way because I looked back at her, and she was now completely, totally naked, and she was soaping up. She was lathering up. So she was taking a shower where there was no water. She suddenly was just lathered up with soap. And I looked at her, and this time she wasn't so keen on hiding her tiny little mosquito bites towards me. Still wasn't showing them, but she wasn't covering them. And so I started getting undressed and walking in the direction of that like washing area. And before I could get there, something happened. And I don't know, and that's when I woke up. So it was a really strange dream. And it was the last dream that I had before I woke up, or kind of forced to wake up, because I didn't really want to wake up. I always wonder what that is right there. Sometimes you look at a business and you wonder, what is that? Anyhow, yeah, that was the last dream I had this morning, but it's been really strange dreams the last couple of nights, and I can't stop hearing my next door neighbor straight through the wall smoking the devil's lettuce. And you guys are like, oh, well, how do you know? It's like, because that's the cough. It's the after you inhale several times a night, every night for the last month and a half. And I still don't know what she looks like. Like, I see the neighbor that lives on the other side of her all the time, like almost on a regular basis. She walks past my window in the living room. But the girl that lives closer to me never comes down this way. She always goes down the other set of stairs. And I find that strange, but it is what it is. So, besides that, I'm not sure what else to say other than the dreams have been progressively getting stranger and stranger. And I feel like it has something to do with my whole living situation. Like, I can't get accustomed to where I live. Like, you think I would have become used to it by now, right? I can't. I feel uncomfortable. The house makes strange noises. Whenever I turn the water on in the bathroom, I hear like thumping noises coming through the wall. For the longest time, I thought that every time I turned my faucet on, my next door neighbors, or the neighbors on the other side of the wall, the bathroom wall, were getting it on, because it sounded like the wall thumps when I turn on the water. And so it had a pretty rhythmic thump. So I thought, oh my gosh, that guy almost pulled out in front of me. Jesus Christ. I don't know if this happens in your cities, but you're just driving along and homeless people just pop up into the street. Anyhow, that's what happened to me. Also, someone left a comment this morning about my video that I put up yesterday, how it was darker than normal. Another person said that the pacing in my videos is very good. And something also that came up is I had a really, really long comment about how they like to watch different YouTubers because of what elements they bring to their podcasts, right? And I got labeled into the educated podcast, which I would not agree with. But there are people who are very, very uneducated that do extremely well, very profitable channels, and you can tell they've never spent a single day in a classroom. Like, they speak English, but it's not the Queen's English. It's definitely the English from the inner city, or backwoods, or maybe a combination of both of them. Don't get in the street, chubby. Anyhow, I'm at work now, so inevitably I gotta work. I'll try to do a video when I get home today after work, or maybe a video update when I get bored at some point today. But I am here, and I must start working for Evil Corp. And